for such active, unconventional players like Shakhriyar Mamedyarov, black games against live classic is always a serious test, because even in Blitz, it's very hard to survive the opening with black against Kramnik. Let's look what will Shakhriyar do.
And we have first moves against Slav. Will it be Chebanenko? No, we have...
No, Shakhriyar does not like it.
E6.
Cambridge Springs. No Cambridge Springs, just...
CD, ED is actually...
Normal move is ED with Carlsbad. I think that CD with bishop on D7.
Knight on D7, it's a bit... But B6, and it's quite equal what they are doing now, quite symmetrical.
It's symmetrical, but it's not equal, because all white pieces are better than its black counterparts. And I think, in classical chess, well, to play this against Vladimir Kramnik is absolutely unrecommended, because such symmetrical, quiet position he treats absolutely brilliantly.
Is what he likes.
Yes.
Bishop f4, of course, no exchange, and bishop is quite good on f4, and black's pieces seem to be a bit passive. Now knight b8, knight c6, I would like to place this knight on c6, but knight h5, of course.
Well, it looks like everything goes wrong for Shakhriyar. This CD, well, was too experimental choice. He put his knight on h5 to exchange this dark-colored bishop of white, but then it happened.
h3 is very nice move, because now black really has to take on e5, otherwise bishop h2 would be next move. And de5 I like very much, because now the knight on h5 is really bad. It doesn't have any square on f6, and g4 is a threat, I think.
G6 and knight g7 is more or less forced, but, well, black position looks really miserably.
Terribly passive.
Yes, it's not so easy to break through somehow. Well, maybe I was a bit too pessimistic, but...
Now there is no knight f5, because we will take twice, and the g6 pawn is pinned. So queen g4 I like very much, not allowing knight f5.
That's true, and but I think the sacrifice is not a threat, and the sacrifice on g6 is not a threat yet, but still he has resources.
Shakhriyar tries to change as many pieces as possible, because it would be easier for him.
And actually, and then he will get some counterplay. So maybe I just really underestimated black's chances, or maybe possibly Vladimir has missed something, because I don't see any special strong attack, but still he...
Rook f1 I like, because we need to keep one rooks if we want to attack, and I think that now f4 and maybe next queen f3, g4 might be quite solid plan.
But I think that even bishop g6 might be a threat already. Yes, grabbing too many pawns.
Rook c7 is a bit defensive move, because
he prepares queen e8, I think.
Bishop g6 now, and rook knight e6, or queen g6. Now knight e6 is on air.
Yeah, the third pawn is gone. Yes, that's what he has to do.
Queen e8 is queen g4, maybe still.
Yeah, he'll just take on h6. A pawn is a pawn.
Or pawn is a pawn, right? And black's pieces are very passive. The bishop on b7 is not doing anything.
Yes, it's very difficult to find some counterplay here. Probably he has to right now e6 pawn is hanging after all. Maybe he has to play bishop f8, I don't know, but...
Bishop f8 seems to be
the move
quite
to play.
the move to play, and it is on the board. Queen g5 again pins the knight on g7, not to give any counterplay.
Yes, f5. f5 looks like a threat. Probably he has to play bishop c8 after all.
And maybe we can try g4, knight g3,
Yes, g4 and knight g3.
knight g3 directly,
Knight g3 at once, yes. Still insisting.
knight h5, knight f6, or knight h5, queen h5, sorry, I just...
He wants to play f5, I
Yeah.
think. He wants to play f5, but Shakhriyar,
King h7 we can always... Yeah, f5 seems to be very interesting to get our rook. The usual method to gain some time. Queen h4, king g8, maybe queen g5. Once again,
looks like Shakhriyar has found some accurate moves. f5 does not work, and well, I would not be surprised if...
Now knight f3, knight g5, maybe can...
Oh yeah, knight f3, knight f3 can be... But okay, what does this knight do? Okay, knight f3 will be met with queen g6, knight g5, king g8, and where is white's attack?
Yes.
And black is probably already...
King h2, quiet move.
Queen g6, I think, is a move to be
Queen
played
g6
anyway.
and queen h4.
Oh yeah, but then queen
But
d8...
then queen d8 is unpleasant. Now white queen attacks the rook on c7, so queen e8 is not a move. Queen f7
Queen
probably.
f7 is to be played, yeah.
It got a bit tricky. f5, does it work now, f5? Or not
No,
really,
not not enough defenses.
What can we... e4, I wanted to try. But Vladimir chose queen g5, bishop e7, and Shakhriyar more or less goes king g8, king h7 as waiting moves, asking white, what are you doing?
Then there is no queen h4 check anymore.
And queen g6 is probably black's next move.
Yeah, queen g6 is definitely black's next move, and I think that finally he
I would
is
like
out of
to
trouble.
try e4 maybe again now. Queen g6, maybe I can try to take on g6 and take on d5 and play f5.
e4, but then
f5 directly.
finally he decided that's time to do this. Okay, fairly interesting.
Knight f5, knight gf5. It's a bit unpleasant that white is pinned. The knight is pinned on f5. But knight f5 will probably follow.
And what to do then?
And what is next? Maybe
Probably
rook f4, queen g3, rook h4, maybe
maybe queen g6 somehow. Okay,
Queen g6.
knight f5, and then queen g6.
Yeah, this looks very interesting. Knight f5, and queen g6. How do white respond to that?
Don't see anything wrong in this because okay, queen exchange. I think okay, 3 pawns for the knight, but they are not exactly these 3 pawns. Okay.
Which white would like.
Yeah, I'm not
e5.
perfectly sure about what Vladimir has done on some last moves. I think that after queen g6, he is in sort of trouble.
Black more or less stabilized his position, and trading the queens off makes black's life much easier.
Yeah, no, now I think it's just
Now
it's
it
just
will be
very clear who is playing for win. Only one side, and it's
Yeah.
not Vladimir Kramnik.
Vladimir Kramnik did misplay this a
Yes.
bit.
Yes, with knight on board, everything is possible as usual, but
The bishops are quite active. Also, we have rooks on board, and rook c1 now, or other bishop.
I think rook e7,
Rook e7.
going for this e5 guy.
Yes, and there is rook e7. White does lose one pawn, or I don't see how he can defend it. Rook f8, but bishop e3, what, rook c8 and bishop d4?
Bishop e3, then knight c6.
Knight
unfortunately.
c6, unfortunately, and rook c7.
Rook c8.
Rook c8 simply, and rook c8, knight e7, so. A check, rook g7, we could try it, right?
Yeah, rook g7 is a move to be played. Of course, and then e3 is gone.
White now takes on b6 with check, but then is pinned. The knight on d4 is pinned. And 8 seconds to go for Kramnik. Knight f3. And now b6 pawn is defended, and this is really bad news for Vladimir Kramnik, I guess. It's not the position he would like to have after sacrificing on g6. Provoking e pawn and now winning it. Rook d8 and repeating some moves because players have some seconds, 5 seconds. Bishop e8 and bishop c5, now knight g5. Check.
Well,
Rook d5, it's
everything changed again.
gets a bit messy for
Yeah,
black.
it was
Oh, bishop c6, it's not nice. Not nice. Maybe rook f7 and bishop
rook f7 is easily
yeah.
won, but I think
No need for that.
anything wins.
Bishop d5 and rook e6. The game is over probably. You can never say the
Yes,
game
on
is over
this-
in b6 in Blitz,
Yes,
but
yes, under pressure. Yes, Vladimir Kramnik just wanted too much. Yes, and Shakhriyar is still one of the leaders.